Out, people. It's a super foggy day in Humboldt County, and I've just been on the phone with the nurse I was going to be interviewing today. And, we're all technically challenged. So, well, maybe not all of us, but some of us are technically challenged. And so I've been trying to help her for the last, I think, 45 minutes with her iPad, and then we tried her desktop, and I think she's going to get in. And she's been a nurse and still is a registered nurse for 45 years. And I bet half of Humboldt County has seen her around town. She has been giving away bumper stickers and flyers, and people donate money to her because she makes phone calls, and she's at every event. Actually, she's at the courthouse every Friday in front of the Humboldt County Courthouse from noon to 2 with her husband, Chuck. And she's very worried about the kids. And so she will go up to cars and just ask them very nicely, can I give you some information? And sometimes people are taken aback by her, but then sometimes people are like, yes, please. And so she gives them her information. She has tons of research, tons of books. And she's going to try to get in here, but I don't know if she can. And so that was what I was prepping for, was to get her in here. And I wish I just set it up to meet her in town, but I'm going out of town tomorrow. And so I couldn't make it to her. And so anyway, her name is Genevieve and her husband is Chuck. And I'm going to give her a couple minutes, but I'll show you what I've been working on and what I've been looking at while I'm in here. And I don't see Facebook at all, so I'm sorry if there's people talking to me in Facebook. I can't actually see it. So I'm going to show you what somebody sent me, but first I have to share my screen. Let's see. Share screen. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's 4 clicks, you guys. It's 4 clicks to share a screen. So one of the members sent me a couple of these. This is really cool. I found this morning, actually. This is the frontline doctors, and I do want to share this. Another member shared this with me earlier this month, and we had it at the last protest. We were at the McKinleyville High School, and I gave it to one of the sheriffs, and it's the America's Frontline Doctors lawsuit that they are suing the Department of Health and Human Services and the I forgot who else, somebody else too. And it's you know who, Dr. Falsey, of course. So there's that, and I put a new video up about the different vaccines it's 3 weeks old. It was on YouTube, and I want to show you it here. It's on the Stand Up Humboldt website on the very first homepage. So this was an interesting. I'm going to play this because I'm waiting for Genevieve to come in. Hopefully she will.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Your Health
I'm
with
probably
Dr.
not
Christy.
sharing, am I? Nope.
My name is Dr. Christy Reisinger, and today we're going to discuss the
better.
data surrounding myocarditis and the COVID-19 vaccine. So the question that most are asking is, does the COVID-19 vaccine cause myocarditis? And the
She doesn't really show anything,
right now
but
is possibly, but it seems to be rare. This is what we know. The COVID-19 vaccines that seem to be related to the myocarditis are the mRNA vaccines, meaning the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. This reaction has not been seen with the one-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Most cases occur after the second shot of the mRNA vaccine and are seen in young men between the ages of 16 and 19. It occurs within 4 days of the vaccine, and the typical symptoms include chest pain, shortness of breath, and heart palpitations. We've gotten a lot of good data from Israel on this because they vaccinated 55% of their population aged 16 and over and have a universal health system that's relatively small and can be evaluated. Israel recently announced the results of their expert panel investigation into this issue and announced on June 1st a possible association between Pfizer's vaccine and heart inflammation among men aged 16 to 30, but especially among young men aged 16 to 19. In Israel, there were 275 reported cases of myocarditis from December 2020 to May 2021, 148 of which occurred around the time of vaccination. 27 cases occurred after the first dose of the Pfizer vaccine, while 121 cases occurred within 30 days of receiving the second dose. This is compared to a total of 5.4 million vaccinated people in Israel. They concluded that between 1 and 5,000 men ages 16 to 24 who received the vaccine developed the rare condition. But of note, as I mentioned earlier, Israel has only vaccinated young adults aged 16 and older, so we don't have good data from them on younger children. And Israel did not use the Moderna mRNA vaccine either, only the Pfizer vaccine. But of note, their health ministry has just approved moving forward with a Pfizer vaccination for children ages 12 to 15 in Israel, but they have left it optional for parents to decide if they want to do it or not. So what have we seen in the United States? Well, last month, Connecticut's health commissioner said that there were at least 18 teens and young adults in the state who developed heart problems following the mRNA of COVID-19 vaccine. And Washington State Public Health is investigating 12 reported cases of myocarditis or pericarditis since early May among King County residents following the first or second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine with either Pfizer or Moderna vaccines. Their cases range in age from 16 to 66 years, but 11 of the cases were under 40 years of age, and the majority of cases were among males. At least 3 patients were hospitalized, but no ICU admissions or deaths have been identified. Well, why do scientists think this is happening? They're not really sure at this point, but one possibility is that the very high antibody levels that are generated in young people may also, in rare cases, lead to a sort of immune overreaction that inflames the heart. Younger people have a stronger immune response to vaccinations, and as a result, they have a higher antibody level following immunization, meaning their immune systems are working harder. And viruses are the most common cause of myocarditis. The inflammation is a product of the immune system trying to fight off the infection. And since vaccines prime the immune system too, it is possible that a COVID-19 vaccine might trigger the heart problem in some kids. And specifically, the smallpox vaccine has also been associated with rare cases of myocarditis in the past, especially in younger men. Furthermore, COVID-19 itself sometimes causes myocarditis. The May issue of JAMA Cardiology studied 1,600 college athletes who had a SARS-CoV-2 infection. 37 were found to have signs of myocarditis, but only 5 of these would have been detected based on symptoms alone. So what exactly is myocarditis? Myocarditis is inflammation of the heart muscle, known as the myocardium. This muscle is responsible for pumping blood in and out of the heart to the rest of the body. In many cases, the exact cause of myocarditis is not found. When the cause of myocarditis is found, it's usually an infection that's made its way into the heart muscle, such as a viral infection, which is the most common, or a bacterial, parasitic, or fungal infection. Some autoimmune diseases like lupus and rheumatoid arthritis can also cause myocarditis. Well, what should we be on the lookout for? Symptoms of myocarditis include chest pain, which may get worse when you're lying down, faster or irregular heartbeats, shortness of breath, and dizziness upon standing up or being more active. These symptoms usually come after the more common vaccine side effects, such as fatigue, body aches, and chills. And the myocarditis that is being seen usually occurs within 4 days of receiving the vaccine. Well, how is myocarditis treated? Thankfully, when caught early, myocarditis is very treatable, usually with rest and NSAIDs, such as Advil or ibuprofen. Sometimes the inflammation is severe enough that hospitalization is needed or steroids are used. And in very severe cases, the pumping action of the heart is so compromised that IV medications or mechanical pumps are used to move the blood while the heart is not functioning normally. Thankfully, the myocarditis that has been seen after the vaccine has been mild. So what are my personal thoughts about this? And of course, you need to always consult your own physician and the CDC for guidance, but in the future, we may specifically choose one type of vaccine over another, depending on age and sex. For example, the one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine may be a better fit for younger men.
If you want to listen to the rest of that, you can, but I thought it was interesting to share about the inflammation. Actually, I'm going to keep that on because a member shared some things with me, and they are also on the site. I was going to share that Stand Up Humboldt site again for you. So that's right on the homepage if you want to finish watching that. There's warnings from FDA, who's advising to stop giving this to 12 and 16-year-olds. So like I said yesterday, if you took this, either one of those things, that's one thing. But for the 12 and 16-year-olds, they're being coerced. They're having a lot of things that have been taken from them and told that if they just take this, that they can have it all back. And it's experimental. It's only experimentally approved. It's not approved. So the emergency with the counties and everything is just really overblown. Hey, good morning, Robert. I think my friend and our nurse interview today, man, I was trying so hard. I tried with her cell phone. Then she tells me she has an iPad. Then we got her desktop out. And I'm like, I knew I should have went in person to this for this, but I just didn't have time. And we thought she could pull it off, but she can't pull it off. So maybe she will. She still could. It's very possible. She still can. So I was talking with one of the members yesterday. She calls me pretty frequently. We talk and she sends me a lot of really good information. And it was about the Crabs baseball strikeout. You know what? The one illness that we're all focusing on right now so hard. I'm sorry, I got to turn this off. And anyhow, so she was talking about the type of pamphlets she wanted, or flyers and things, and what did we have, and I want to help out with that. I really do. And I do have some things that I can get on the Stand Up Humboldt's Facebook page, or if you want them, an email or something. I just, most of us, when we went to our protests or informative events, we all brought our own literature, because a lot of people couldn't get on the same page with what they wanted to share, or they had their own already done. And so there was that. Hey, work in progress. Good morning. So, there's no leader in our group. There's just information getting passed around. And when those of us that are called to go show up at these kind of things show up, or we call the board or mail them or do whatever we can, that's what's happening. So for now, it's just sharing information and trying to get everybody on the same page and creating dialogue. That's where we're at. But what's really happening here is, while the 15th has come, everything's kind of calm down a little bit, and a lot of people feel very free. But the moms are telling me that they're expected to wear these back at school in the fall. And they're also really pushing hard for the kids to have this mandated right now. And again, guidelines, mandates, and orders are not legislative law, but a lot of people think that these things are laws, and they're being told, no, your kid can't go to school. And I know they have passed some laws with these things, and they make it where you have to push and fight hard for your exemptions. And that's just ridiculous, which is why most of the people that I follow say, pull your kid out of public school and don't even have them in it right now, because they're so horrible. But I know all the parents can't. So those parents that can't are fighting, because there's a lot of parents that can't because they're busy working. So it takes all of us to try to get in here. I don't have any kids in school, but no, they don't read any of anything. I mean, they've got us all at a distance, right? I mean, where would they hear it from? I've emailed them all. We've spoken on the board. They've been getting letters. They know. It's just, there's no response. There's not even any dialogue. So I'm hoping, we can get that town hall going and get some dialogue, because there's no alternative narrative other than the one where we've got to turn our entire lives upside down for an illness with a 99% recovery rate that doesn't affect children, and we're forcing them to take this experimental thing to be required to go in this school. And then if you don't, you're separated into a separate desk, plexiglass. Like, we're really literally going backwards. So the way we're treating our children, it is really sickening. And I was really distraught this morning when I woke up, and yesterday, it was just, I didn't get a chance to read in the morning. I started off reading and then I got interrupted and I was like, okay, no way this morning, And the verse that came to my mind early this morning was, better a millstone be tied around their neck and be tossed in the bottom of the sea than you hurt one of these little ones, and blessed are you when you're persecuted for righteousness' sake. So it's keep going, keep pushing, keep fighting for the kids because they're worth it. And no matter what attacks come, no matter how hard it gets, this, I'm not sitting back. I can't sit back and let all this nonsense go on around us because they're making everybody feel really comfortable right now, but they're talking $1,000 fines in town now if you're walking around without this and you don't have your papers, please, but they're not enforcing it yet. How nasty do you think our community is going to get when they do start enforcing that? Because there's a lot more people that aren't getting this that are okay with this. And there's a lot less people that are going to be putting this back on again. I guarantee it. Because there's been so many, physical, horrible, people have had to learn the hard way about what these do. They're damaging to your health, 100%. If you haven't figured out that the government's not about your health by now, you've got to get looking at other information because they don't care about you. I promise you, they do not care about you. Oh, afternoon, huh? Yeah, well, where are you at? I always forget, work in progress. Are you in Illinois also? Where are you? I should know these things. Hey, Robert, are you going to come in and ramble with me? Because I think my nurse friend isn't going to, but I posted you didn't find me on Facebook, I think. There was a really cool documentary these three guys did, and I posted it on Facebook today, of Northern California, and they're going up and down 101, and they stop in Arcata first, and then they go to Crescent City, and then they backtrack and go back to Trinidad and, Prairie Creek and all that. But it was really cool. I'm glad they didn't use Humboldt. He didn't use Humboldt in his title, but he totally could have. I'm sure he knows he could have capitalized on Humboldt or Bigfoot or something like that. And he just said North Coast. And I said, yeah, don't be telling people. Don't be telling people about us too much. It was a May 21st video, and it's June 29th, you guys. Oh, man. So, oh, no, I'm sorry. It's the 30th. So tomorrow's July 1st. So are you guys going to celebrate the 4th of July? Our town's not, they said. I think they are. I don't know. They're doing fireworks, but Old Town's like boohooed, gathering still. It's still, they don't want to let you just get back to normal totally here. Just like a little bit of normalcy. You can get your groceries now without your, you can go into some stores without getting harassed, but there's still some business owners around here who are like this with the power that they think they have. They think they have the power to tell you, put this over your airways and limit your breath when you're in my presence because, that's how it should be. Good morning, buddy. How are you? All bundled up?
Working.
Still in the fog? We're in the fog thick today.
It's not. I think we got rain last night.
Oh, yeah. It was pretty moist. It's nice when it rains while you're sleeping and you wake up and everything's moist, because I was looking at some videos I was searching some of those water videos about Shasta. There's so many drone videos that one guy, I couldn't share his video. He had locked it up, but it's an 8-minute Shasta Dam video, drone shot of, it's horrible. It's horrible. I mean, the waters, the docks, there's like a little bit of water around where the boats are, and all the veins are pretty naked, and
Shasta's drying out.
A lot of I shared on Stand Up Humboldt, there was,
They have a fire over there too. Oh, no.
oh yeah, I'll show you it. I'll show you it right now, Robert. There's this, let's see. I think, is this the one I shared on? No, I put one on
We gotta get the computer hooked up. This is
Stand Up Humboldt with, let's see. Let me go back to it.
that's tiny.
I'll plug it in next time I go home.
Let me see. Does this work better?
I think I put it on there. It's got the water, yeah, and news. I put it under news.
Oh,
Western U.S. drought.
That's what it says right on top.
Look at that.
It's
That's
just,
crazy.
it says mobile device support is limited. Switch to desktop computer for the best experience.
Desktop.
Well, with the laptop's good enough.
I'm changing our title.
Are you on FaceTime?
No,
If I can get that one.
Ramblings with Robert.
What?
Mm.
Robert got a hold of me this morning. He's like,
What?
Are you on?
I've been working already this morning on researching.
Oh yeah, what do you got for me? I was watching.
I don't know who said that. Who said that? I said it a long time ago, but I said it in one of the chats, right?
Oh.
Once you get
Yes, sir. I'm just changing the title to this because it's not Little Sophia. Darn it. Why doesn't it? Did I lose you? There we go. Sorry, buddy. Go ahead. I'm listening. Uh-oh, I lost him. I lost Robert. Okay, so I'll show you this video that I put on Stand Up Humboldt till he comes back.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Just talks
Once
about
again,
all the
everybody.
lake, all the western.
Now for another special water episode, as the situation in the western U.S. continues to get worse, the only direction that we all knew it was going to go. As always, PayPal and Patreon links are both down below for anybody who wants to support me or help me out. Only do so if you actually can, obviously. So the western 1/3, 40% or so of the U.S. is in an extremely harsh drought, and it is continuing to be so. It's not stopping. So we're going to have a look at a wide variety of water levels, reservoirs, lakes, rivers, starting with Lake Mead, water source not only for the 3 million people of the Las Vegas area and several 100,000 other people in the surrounding area, but also not so secretly, the water supply for much of Southern California, particularly the 19 million people of the Los Angeles area, as a huge portion of Southern California's water is pumped hundreds of miles through a
This makes me
pipeline
very
system
thirsty. Be right back.
from two smaller reservoirs down on the Arizona-California border, which are downriver from Lake Mead. And Lake Mead has been constantly having to release extra water to flow downstream or downriver to make sure that those reservoirs down here stay at a desirable level to feed the Colorado River Aqueduct pipeline system. So that has been dropping Lake Mead's water level extra fast on top of the long-term drop it was already going down, and has also been bringing down Lake Powell, which is further upriver from Lake Mead, as Lake Powell keeps releasing extra water downriver to try to keep Lake Mead from dropping too fast, but it ultimately isn't really stopping it
See if
because
Robert's
it's
back.
dropping too fast anyways. So Lake Mead, like most of the reservoirs and lakes in the U.S.,
Okay.
is measured by elevation feet to water level. So the number isn't the current depth of the lake, it's how high the surface of the water is above sea level presently. A couple decades ago, when Lake Mead was still able to be full, its full level is at about 1,229 elevation feet.
Just terrible,
and
you guys.
An empty Lake Mead would be at
It's
about
a lot of our water.
915 elevation feet. However, keep in mind that it's a flooded canyon, as most of them are, so it gets narrower and narrower the further down you go. So each foot of water level further down you go contains
Anyway, that's
volumetrically
pretty boring.
less water than
No.
the foot above it did. So even though by the numbers that you're going to see might make it seem like Lake Mead has only lost about a third or 40% of its water, it's
Sorry, I'm getting bored with it. So I'm sure it's boring. I lost Robert, and Genevieve wasn't able to come on. So I usually just go to my websites when I don't know what else to talk about. And I'm just working on different updates for things for Stand Up Humboldt, trying to freshen it up. I haven't had a lot of time to work on it, and I know that it is getting found a little better in the searches, which is nice. And I'm probably not sharing my screen. Yep. Oh no, I am. So that was the where'd that guy go? That was the Outside Beyond the Lines. This is in the Stand-Up Humboldts. Yeah, this is Stand-Up Humboldts. And it's under homesteading. I got to put it on something else, but it's really cool video. And I don't know if you haven't checked out this website ever. It's got a lot of information about injections and, of course, about the face diapers and, of course, the laws. I've showed you that before. Helpful links. Show you this again. Perk protecting the educational rights of kids. There's a lot of good work there. Moms that want to fight the schools or make changes in your schools, get involved in your schools. This is the one perk right here. And then there's all these other groups here. Constitutional Law Group is a great resource for finding your own information in layman's terms. State discrimination laws from Peggy Hall. She charges $20 for them. They're like 14 pages long for California. Make Americans Free Again. That's a really great website too. And Privacy Fight Consultation. This is the guy that I hired to help me with my case at Safeway. So those are a lot of helpful links. The homesteading one, the news one, I'm trying to just throw some stuff on there. But this drought one, this shows all the rivers that a lot of the rivers on the West Coast are struggling with. Shasta, Mead, Powell, the Sacramento. And so, yeah, there's not a lot of news there. The homesteading one, I'm going to put this one somewhere else, this North Coast. But this is a really cool documentary on the North Coast. Anyone that hasn't been here or has been there will appreciate that. He does a really good job. I don't know this guy. I think he's new. He likes to travel. And this is a must-see. This guy, you wouldn't believe. I'll just show you the beginning of this and make sure I'm streaming this. Oh, there you are, Robert. Never mind. I'll pause that. Let you back in. Let me go back and pause that. Hey, I lost you for a second.
Yeah, the phone.
All good?
The phone rang and everything up.
Let me get rid of that thing. Tripped you up. Yeah, because you're on it, right? So
it knocked me out. So.
Oh yeah, when you're on it and it knocks you out, that's it.
And that was an important call, so I had to call him back.
Oh, that's right. I just got to see work in progress. I knew he was in Illinois. Oh no, he was somewhere. He's south suburb. He was in Kentucky, just moved into his truck and sitting on the north side of Nashville. I was born and raised in Lansing, Illinois, south suburb of Chicago. That's right. I remember saying to him, Lansing, Michigan, in the chat. That's right. I believed you said you owned a business and may have even told it what it was. I don't tell my business online. It's a cleaning business, but it's not hard for them to figure out. But yeah, it's a commercial residential cleaning company. But south suburb of Chicago. Yeah, Lansing. Yeah, I know I've heard of that too. There's also a Lansing, Michigan. But yep. Have you ever been to Chicago, Robert?
What?
Have you ever been to Chicago?
I built some of it.
Okay. Well, sorry. I didn't know.
A condo on the lake, on Lakefront. I don't know if it was new or tore down and then rebuilt brand new. But yeah, it was beautiful. But the builder got shot and it went through a bunch of stuff.
Oh crap.
and they put it back together again and finished it. It was weird, man. Chicago.
That sounds like Chicago.
Yep.
People think that the Windy City stands for the wind, and it's not. You know what it's for?
Not really.
The hot air, the politics.
Oh my God. It's terrible.
It's true.
It's
It's
terrible.
true. That is the truth. You know, Mafia, Jimmy Hoffa, and all those guys. And I mean, not much has changed, you know. Those guys own all the vending machines, all the tow truck companies. I told a story about Lincoln Towing Company before. I bet. Hey, work in progress. Did you ever get your car towed by Lincoln Towing? Onions. What is it? Maybe that wasn't for us.
What's that?
He says, "Are you wearing a hoodie?" Because, excuse me, people think that you're in this, like, laying on a beach in California, soaking up the rays every day. It's like we're surfing on the coast. You can't even breathe in our water. I told my husband, "Oh no, I will swim in this ocean." He goes, "You're not going to be able to swim in this ocean." Because I grew up in Florida, and we swam in the ocean in Florida. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I can swim in the ocean. I'm tough. I can swim in the ocean." He's like, okay. And so I go to the beach and I jump in. The first time, you jump up, you're like, you can't breathe at all. I don't even know. Those guys that go out and go surfing in a wetsuit amongst the sharks and the rocks, they're insane. You guys are part crazy, but I admire that crazy. They're fun. They're fun. But I can't even. Our teacher, the kids' teacher, wanted to take the kids out surfing, and they were still in elementary school. He wanted to take them out surfing in 8th grade. And I was like, you're not my kids. You're not taking my kids out on that. No, I surfed in Hawaii, and I did get really good because the guy, I signed up for a group rate, but it was a mistake. And so I got a private session, and the guy's like, yeah, most people, I said, well, how long is it? And he said it's 2 hours, but most people only do like half hour, 45 minutes. I did the full 2 hours. He was like, you're a good swimmer. I said, yeah, I can swim, but not in this ocean here. I can't breathe. I can't swim if you can't breathe. I like breathing. I'm really fond of it, so.
Did you?
Yeah, their reputation precedes them. Lincoln, there's a song about them too. It's like the Pirates of Lincoln Towing. It's like this. You get your car gets towed, and then you go to pick it up, and it won't start. And so then you go back you go up to, I don't know where you go. There's a auto shop next door to the towing company. You go to pick up your car, it doesn't work. They suggest you need a distributor cap. Oh, maybe your distributor cap. And then you go buy a distributor cap, and then wouldn't you know it, your car is working now.
I cannot read the comments. I can't even read them.
Let's see. I believe, going back to indigenous times, Chicago means stinky or stinking onion, something like that. Oh, I don't know. It was, I remember as a kid, for the 49th and Racine area, there was still the stockyards. They were still, Chicago's where all the meat would come in for the country, meat capital of the world. And,
That's weird.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It's very stinky, but not like Indiana was really even stinkier. When we'd cross over the border to go to Indiana, I remember that was always real industrial factories, stuff like that there. But yeah, Chicago's got its stinky parts of it, but it's such a beautiful city, especially if you have money. It's not so fun when you're broke and poor. But we had fun. Me and my friends, we always had fun. We made the best of it. We were happy. We didn't even know what we were missing. We enjoyed being together in the city and throwing rocks at the railroad empty cars as they went by. That was like the highlight of the night. So that's what you do when you don't have money, and you try jumping trains and you're not very good. You almost lose your legs. Yeah, crazy stuff. So what have you been researching all morning?
No, I just had to.
Oh, that was a joke. That's right. I was up at 6. My back is super sore. I was shoveling rock around yesterday. I forgot that stuff hurts when you get older. I woke up this morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? Like, I had to get up because I was in pain. That's a drag. I wanted to just keep sleeping so bad, but that's okay because we're going to be leaving early tomorrow. And
These dogs are killing me.
how many you got? I got 5 or 6. I can't remember how many now.
3.
3? Everybody should have 3 dogs at least.
Stop. Are you kidding me? He's the
Oh,
quiet.
you know what I got? One of those little stun guns. I never get them with it, but they hate the sound. Zzz, zzz. You know those little stun guns?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, they're awesome. They'll break up a dog fight like that too. They'll break up a people fight too.
What?
Oh, there he is.
What? What's my boy?
They're affiliated with a parts store, repair shop, body shop, junkyard. They really had a one-stop shop for all the damage and problems that mysteriously appears after a Lincoln tow. It's true.
All right, stop.
It's true. So many stories about it.
You're gone 2
Tons
minutes.
of stories.
You're only gone 2 minutes.
Oh, hey, I watched that. I watched General McEnany's interview with David Rodriguez yesterday.
He did a lot of slips, didn't he?
I guess. Was he slipping? Is that what he was doing?
He kept saying them words.
Oh, yeah. He's not used to it. There was one thing I thought, man, when I watched it to the end, I thought, I'll bet David regrets telling the general, I told you so. Like, that general got one of them, right?
Right.
But he didn't get the second one because he learned the hard way. Did you realize that the J&J doesn't have the mRNA in it?
No. I didn't know that. Okay.
I think that's what in the video, that's what that woman was implying this morning. That doesn't have it in it.
Wow.
But you know what? Now that I got to rewatch that because that is from the America's Frontline Doctors. It's just that a lot of times when you see stuff on YouTube, it's not from the doctors, but that was America's Frontline Doctors. So
Yeah.
she was saying they weren't seeing that heart enlargement as much in the J&J. That's what she was saying. But yeah, that was an interesting interview last night with McEnany. I haven't seen him since the Christmas interview. I think maybe once or twice he's given a couple more interviews. He was really upset about that, what was his name, Willits or something, that other general that says some stupid stuff.
Oh, Millie.
Yeah. What did he say? I don't even remember. Something racist or something about CRT.
Yeah, and that's kind of why Nino said when General McEnany said, "Yeah, it doesn't matter your skin or your mom and dad."
Right.
And then he goes, how did he say that? And then that's when Nino says, you're fighting brother with brother, and then that's when Nino says, well, in this case, in his words, you could be fighting for your brother who now claims to be your sister. You know what I mean?
Oh, he said that? I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. But I did hear this is our Normandy.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's what I've been thinking.
yeah.
Okay, now look at the vaccine. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We all agree we're in a war.
Yeah.
Even the old guy. Even the old general.
Right. Yeah.
So
he doesn't seem like he knew much, though. He didn't seem like he had much to share. He did seem to think that Trump was going to get reinstated, though.
If you have the mindset of an enemy,
Yeah, that's true.
we outnumber them 1,000,000 to 1 or more than that worldwide. So how would you, let's just say, eradicate your enemy? Not all of them, because you might need them in the end to keep the country going. Vaccinate them all. I got to read that again or listen to that again like you do. I swear, remember when the Fauci emails were Jim Jordan, the one I sent you about Jim Jordan? It seemed to me that they were acknowledging that this wasn't as potent as they wanted it to be.
Jeez.
That's what got me to that conclusion. See?
That's disgusting.
It is. But if you think about it,
Yeah.
we're in some weird ass like you said, new age war. Something's going on, you know that. I mean, something strange is happening. But yeah.
Well, we're in the dark, right? I mean, we don't really know what's going on. We see all these weird fragments. It's like connect the dots, but we can only get so far. And that's the way I see it. It's like the whole picture's not really there yet. We hope we know what the picture is going to be, freedom in the end here, and medical choices again, and not this hammer coming down harder and harder and harder every year. I mean, if this is the beginning of woes, damn, it's a fine ass start for introducing
long fight.
This system of you're just a number.
Right.
Just really letting us know what they think of us every year that goes by, really letting us know, how much they really care about us. If they really cared about us, they'd have diabetes clinics on every corner and not the coof clinics.
And people wouldn't be sleeping in the street.
Yeah, exactly. There's enough problems without creating more health problems for people. I'm not seeing how taking something like this is helping something with a 99%, other than making people feel better and their fears that they're going to get it and they're going to suffer some. I do know a young girl who I guess she got it and she was told she had it and she did suffer some lung damage, so is it a real thing? Yeah, but where did it come from? Is it a bioweapon or is it a man-made thing or is it because that's the real problem. The ones that come running at you with the solution are often the ones that created the problem. When you figure that one out, I'm from the government. I'm here to help you. Right. Yeah. Isn't that the saying?
How come I can't read that thing?
Oh, I wanted to read that too. Have I told you that as of 2 nights ago, this is work in progress, I have yet to know or hear of any deaths due to illness, but have now had second death and 3 separate complications from getting cured. That's a heartbreak. That makes me so sad. It's so unnecessary. It's such an injustice for those people who really thought they were doing the right thing. They're just doing what they're told. They're just doing what they think is best, right? It was intended to remain a major issue and dragged out till 24 so they can save us from what they gave us. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And that's what I heard why Mr. T is what they refer to him, and Liberty Warrior was pushing it to be warp speed, because had he not done that, this would have gotten really approved. But they realize they don't even need to really wait for that, because people you tell them it's approved and they don't research it to see it's only experimentally approved, right? Or emergency approved. I'm sorry. If they were to research that, or if they were to research what's actually in it, or to research the adverse effects of it. But just to take it because the world is screaming at you, take this, because then you can not have to wear this, which, by the way, I'm not seeing them getting free from this at all. They're being told they got to keep wearing it anyway. And they're saying more people are in the hospital that got the thing than didn't with the thing. It's like, that's real facts. I mean, I can find plenty of stories of that, of nurses. There was 2 nurses I seen in different zones saying everybody on our COVID floors had the vaccine, and now they got the coof.
I think it's 40,000.
So, since they've given out this,
Yep, 40,000 died.
do you know how many in Crescent City have gotten it?
We were red for a while, man. That's all. I don't know.
Do you know how many deaths you guys had?
No, my neighbor had it over here.
Did they pass?
Let me
The
be
death
honest.
rate is low.
Huh?
The death rate is low.
Death rate's low, but
Yeah.
the non-compliance part of it, we were, what do they call us, red zone?
No, red is one. The yellow. I don't know.
They know that Del Norte
The tiers.
we're not complying here.
How do they know?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I know.
I wish they would. I wish we could do that, but
It's strange.
you know, instead, Arcata's a sanctuary city. Arcata's a sanctuary city for illegal immigrants and whoever else wants to come there. But I can't go in and get my groceries if I don't wear this, or one day, papers, please.
Right.
That's Arcata for you. So these wellness people, they were the worst. The health food stores were the worst. And they're the ones that are there's some of these businesses telling their employees, you need to get this or you can't work here.
That's what Working's getting that right now.
Huh?
Working's suffering from that right now.
Yeah, he is. He can't get a job. Right. I know it.
But,
and I really respect that. I mean, I know what you were saying yesterday about, the bank, and man, believe me, I would have loved nothing more than to just been like, no, goodbye, but on the other hand, I also, my heart is always for these small businesses, and I never really want to attack them. It was really just making the point of, can you believe this shit? How afraid this chick was with the plexiglass in front of her and the thing and and just, it was literally, I so wished I had my phone just to show the madness of a 30-second interaction, how 4 women could be on me like that. Like, that's just, but I don't want to bring any illness to that business, and it's actually not even just because of my ties with it. It's actually because of my heart for a mom and pop. And even though it's bank, it's a credit union. It's not a big, it's not a big Wells Fargo, B of A or whatever. Do you think Wells Fargo is a good bank? Sometimes I hear stuff that they're doing, and they're one of the few that I think they're taking crypto. And I think I've heard some things. I just don't know.
I use Bing or I use other things besides Google, but I think you can do the history of Wells Fargo. Do that search, and it might tell you.
Well, I know they were in trouble a few years ago. Some guy was siphoning a penny from everybody's account. But that's one bad employee. That's the way I look at it. That's not the whole company was doing this whole sham and extortion, and right. You got one lousy accountant who figured out, wow, if I take a penny from everybody's account, I'm going to get $265,000 or whatever he did, and he did it. So, I mean, that's crazy. Yes, Mr. T was backed in a corner, came out swinging. It was actually pretty unique and, dare I say, brilliant political chess move. By forcing them into an early jab, he's forced a much quicker and work in progress. Yes, I agree. None of us liked hearing him say, I mean, I've seen people say, he said, I'm king of the, what, right? He's king of the, Robert, I can't see your face, honey. Can you bring there we go. Because I see your whole ceiling. So I feel like there we go.
How can I put somebody?
Yeah. Now I don't see your face again. You're getting there. We're both so, man, I thought Genevieve was going to get it together today. I really hoped she would, but I'll get her interviewed when I get back. She's really, I know this whole town knows her. I know people got her stickers, and she got at least $4,000 in donations from people because she was the only real like evangelist out here for telling people don't take it, and like I said, she was calling all the businesses. I tell you, yesterday my daughter, she goes, Mom, 25 minutes. She'd tell her all the stuff, She can't sleep. She's worried about the kids. She's worried about our community. If this is going to have bad effects. She's worried about the kids. We're all worried about the kids. We're all extremely worried about the kids. So
Tell you, Elaine is full of worry too, man. I can read it.
Oh yeah. Well, she's got kids in the thick of it, and their kid. And the thing is, these. Wait, I got to read this. I just heard someone's in love with a. Just saw a trucker here in Loves come in with Loves, yeah, the gas station, the trucker shop, yeah, those are fun. Come in with a custom diaper. He earned a high five from me. It was a cloth one that the nose was cut out and a slit for the mouth, and it had something else good, something else funny.
I can't see it. I can't see it either.
You can't see the words?
I can't.
Sometimes you have to swipe your phone, because you're on your phone, right? So you have to, swipe it. Oh, Realtree Edge. What's that about?
That's all I can see I can read the mouth. It stops. Oh, you remember when they were going to... Remember when who the hell? Falsey, he was saying, oh, you got to wear 2 masks. I was, at that point, I was going to walk into one of these stores that require them in town here.
Yeah.
I was going to strap them on my legs, on my arms, on my face, on the back of my neck.
That would have been funny.
How many you want me to?
Yeah.
You idiots. Come on.
I like that idea. That's funny.
I was going to. I was like,
read freaking Fauci's emails, morons. Totally. I know. Yesterday I shared our board of supervisors. They don't even listen to us. They don't go to work. I don't know how to deal with that. That to me seems like you need some legal action at that point. You got these people what are we going to do? Go harass them at their house? That's the only other option before. I think at some point you would think when they're doing the way they're doing our kids, that these parents would be like, that is it. Enough is enough. In the fall, when they try to go slap these back on, I've had 3 parents tell me, oh yeah, they expect them to wear them in the fall. What the hell? All summer, they're not going to be wearing them. They say these are supposed to be worn short term, right? And I don't think people realize the kids have to wear them all day in school. Then they go out, and then you couldn't shop anywhere without wearing them. Then they couldn't some of them even go play sports. I don't think here they were doing that, but I did see that. I did see that in Chicago. I did see them playing soccer with a mask on, and that upset me. Playing soccer outside, kids wearing masks.
I don't know what happened. I haven't figured that out yet.
The parents can't come together and complain enough. Say this is not right. I know they did. I know kids tried at the schools. They told them they had asthma and everything. These stupid people never gave exemptions around here. And if they did, I heard of one kid, and they were separated out. They plexiglass put around them, made to feel like total garbage. That's unacceptable. We can't be doing that for an illness with a 99% cure that they're trying to shove all this stuff in the kids with over and over and over for 99% cure. 99% cure. It's like getting the flu. It really is. That's what they say. Everyone I know that's at it to some degrees. I know there was a lady I know that was in the hospital in Arizona for a long time. She was on a ventilator. I think sometimes they're doing the wrong treatments in those hospitals. The ventilators aren't the things they're supposed to go putting them on right away. But, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying, but that was the worst case I heard of other than deaths. And I'm trying to think I didn't know anybody personally that died from it. Nobody.
You know what? Be honest. Totally honest, sir. I think I've already had it.
Oh, a lot of us think we had it in the fall.
Do you know how
2019?
I can't even comprehend how many people I came in contact with going to these stores.
Right.
Remember when the toilet paper was empty on the shelves? There wasn't none.
Yeah.
Totally. I went shopping, and I only had a basket, so I was like, "Oh, I'll be in and out, right?" And when I looked at the line, it went along the cashiers, down the hallway, into the side, and
people are like, "Oh my
people are insane, man."
I'm not gonna be able to. You know what? With my what?
I just dropped groceries and walked outside.
I've done that many times.
That was the craziest line I ever saw. I ain't kidding you. I've never seen a line that long for anything.
They create that panic. Those shortages didn't need to happen. Putting shortages on us is the most un-American thing you can do.
Did you remember that video I sent you about the DOT? Dakota's Truth.
Yes.
I
rewatched it.
You don't know how much, how do you say that? You can't imagine how much power comes off of a person. We are spiritual beings.
Mm-hmm.
Fear and anger,
and
confusion. Not
of the Lord. They are not of God.
No.
Confusion is not of God.
It's called an archon. It's one of the fallen ones. It's
right.
The fallen ones.
Right.
See?
That's right.
And that's who we're fighting against. And that's the bottom of this war. That's who's at this. That's the root. Oh, money's the root of all evil. No, it evil doesn't need a root. That's like
you know what's funny? This morning in my reading, it was I can't remember what was the book I was even in. I just clicked on it. It's a daily reading plan. And so it bops all around in the Bible. And I like that a lot because it's different every day. It's not always, and it only goes to like 5 or 6 different books. But today it was talking, it was in like Leviticus or one of those law books, it was talking about, do not this and that. And it was about don't eat the swarmy things, the things that swarm on the ground. And I looked it up in the Logos program, and swarm was, things that slither around, reptiles, lizards, those kind of things, right? And I was like, no. Those reptilian people are weird.
Listen to this.
With their creepy eyes and their lizard-like tongues.
You want to know what I study now?
What?
After all these years, all this crap, all these visions I've seen, all this stuff, all I've heard, I study our dream time and sleep time. I don't even give a shit about this illusion shit. Okay. This shit's an illusion. I want to know when we dream and sleep, because that's some weird shit. I don't know if you've had weird dreams.
My husband dreams. He's had a couple prophetic dreams.
Right.
And he's definitely not very often, but when he does, like I'd say in his lifetime, maybe like 6 or 7, right? And he's 55, but heavy dreams, like And one of them was true. One of them I shared with you about the perversion that we experienced with a certain person, right? And we weren't sure at the time. Well, he was more sure at the time, but what had happened is months before this came out that this person was molesting a child, we found out my husband had a dream. We were in Hawaii, and it was the first time we'd ever gone to Hawaii with the whole family. Our kids were like 8 and 10 or 12 and 14 or something like that. I think they were 8 and 10. And we were just away from everything, all the stress. Everything was beautiful. Everything was wonderful. And he woke up that week. I don't remember which night it was, but he was in a panic. He was, his heart was racing, and he had seen that man in his dream. And in his dream, the man was completely naked. He was completely naked, and all he knew was that it was perversion around him. That's all he knew of that dream, right? And that's 2 months before all this had happened. So then when it came out that this was a possibility and everything, that was in the back of his mind. He didn't use that and say, oh, I know he's guilty for sure. So when the couple men came up from another area to deal with this, because this person was in a prominent position, okay, and he stayed in it even after accusations. There's this 2-week period of time where justice isn't coming, right? And it's the longest 2 weeks you ever seen in his wife in your life, because this person caused a lot of collateral damage, okay, and we all were seeing it happen in real time. And here's this one still in power and still doing the abuse, right? And what can we all do? Nothing. Pray and wait. And praying is not nothing, but you feel like it's nothing sometimes, And then justice came, and then we knew, and then my husband got confirmation. Yeah, that dream was spot on.
Yep.
That he didn't know. It wasn't, he knew it wasn't a naked sexual dream. He wasn't having he wasn't having a perverted dream about him and him, you know what I mean? It wasn't that. He knew it was something with him that was perverted. He just knew in his dream. That's all he could say to me. And when something like that happens a couple months beforehand, and then it comes out like that, you're like, okay. And there's been other things too. He had dreams about marrying me, having to propose, and just stuff like that. Really heavy stuff. He had a dream. I thought this never came true, but he had a dream one time that we had foster daughters when they were 5 and 1, and they got adopted over on Neeland. And he had a dream that the older one, Sammy, ran away one time and came to our house. And so I always thought that was going to maybe happen. She was going to get just pissed off at her foster mom. Well, her real mom who adopted her. I'm the foster mom, but, and she was going to come to our house, but that didn't come true. But, so dreams are interesting. I don't chalk a lot up to them typically. I know they're all throughout the word and scripture. They're very powerful. Daniel had intense dreams, and they're, but it's just, we got to stay grounded too. I got to stay grounded too. I feel like I could
keep your foundation and hold on to that.
Yes.
And check it out. There's nothing checking nothing out.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to replay that Decoders of Truth interview from that guy. What's his name? Not David Nino Rodriguez, but the guy that has right. What does he write? Right
on broadcasting. Right on radio.
Yeah. Right on radio. What's his name? Do you know?
Gosh, I can't remember.
He's really good. I liked him a lot. I rewatched that yesterday, and it was a really good really good interview that he did. And I wanted to replay that because I told people, listen, I follow all of it. The ones that loved the past president, the ones that hate the past president, and the ones that don't know anything was going, the information. Then when they line up, it's true, right? When they all line up, it's true. Hey, where is it? Roberto. What's up, buddy?
So he's young. Working. How old are you?
How old are you working? Maybe you should start vlogging where you're at working. Just like set up a channel and start reporting and become a consultant for Liberty Warrior Nation and get some info out there. Some people like to do that. I didn't really want to do it, but I didn't want to do it. That song. You know what song? Oh gosh, there's been a song in my mind and I was going to share it on this stream today. And now it's gone, of course. 2 days like drilling in my brain and now I can't remember it. Oh, well, you know what? Work in progress. I used to get so frustrated. He says he doesn't remember any of his dreams, but I used to have a sign by my alarm clock and it would say, and I colored it real pretty with, crayon,
nice
rainbow. What are you dreaming? So I could ask myself first thing, because you almost have to catch it right when you wake up. Or sometimes it comes back to you throughout the day. But if you can ask yourself when you see the clock, the topic of the day, well, it's always truth and information. Yep. How's that sound? It's Ramblings with Robert. I was going to be interviewing a nurse friend of mine today, and I tried really hard with her iPhone and her iPad and her desktop and everything we could. And
it's so easy.
Couldn't get it together. But no, I told her, I said, oh, don't worry, Genevieve.
It's easy.
We're all technologically challenged here. So
automatic. iPhones are automatic.
Yeah, she has a Droid. So
oh boy.
Yeah. iPad and a desktop. She goes, oh, I'll do it on my iPad. Okay. So I get her all set up with her. She got Safari to open and everything. And then she says, oh, but I don't have my email set up on here. So I wanted to send her the link.
Wow.
It was just so complicated. And, but anyway, she's so cute. She was on the Board of Supervisor meeting yesterday. She spoke, or is today? No, today's not Thursday. Yeah, today's Wednesday. She spoke yesterday. They didn't let her speak about at a certain time, but then when they talked about the vets, she talked, and she talked about this for them, and then she said she had 30 seconds left, so she sang them a song. She's made up 3 songs about Corona. She sings them. They're Hawaiian. She's very beautiful. She's I'm going to show you. I want to show you her because she's amazing, and she's really cute. And I love her. She's adorable. Her husband is 80 years old. And like I said yesterday, when he goes to the protests, he goes over and talks to the sheriffs and the police, and they respect him so much. So she is Genevieve Riley. This is who I was going to interview today. Let me make sure I'm sharing. Yep. She's got how many does she got? Let's see. Here's a quick one. She's so beautiful.
This is Genevieve from Kapa'a, Kauai. I'm going to sing a Corona song. Corona, Corona, be not afraid, with Jehovah by your side. Treat mankind with love in your mind. The hard time will go by. Fasting every other day. You won't be starving by the end of the time. You'll think you'll be amazing. House arrest every night, having fun night after night. Live one day at a time. The hard time will go by as long as you have Jehovah by your side. Corona, stay away. Fearful distance. This is Genevieve of Kapa'a, save you from Corona. Remember, in the very future, it's going to have a Corona vaccine. Remember, the coronavirus, they are very smart. By that time, they will be mutate. Think smart yourself. Act accordingly. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Build your immune system up. That's the name of the game. Hopefully, we can save Kauai from foreclosing instead of island of fear. Go back to island of love. Aloha, goodbye, Corona. Achoo! Instead of Kazunkai is Corona.
Isn't she adorable? I just love her. I'm so bummed that I couldn't get her on today, but I will get her on. She's great. I mean, she's great. Dropped my phone. How's it going, Roberto? I think you asked my age, but it mumbled when I was speaking. He's a product of a 67 Great Chicago snowstorm, 54 at the end of September. Well, so is my husband. He was born in 66, and he always says that. There was a lot of babies born around them.
You get ready. He needs to get ready because he's going to start remembering. He'll start remembering.
Yeah, he will. You'll probably start remembering your dreams.
Time now.
Yeah. Yeah, Roberta, how is little Isabella doing, Roberto, if you're still here? Maybe he left. I was checking his channel the last couple days and I didn't see any updates on Isabella. Maybe 3 days ago, but I think I watched that one already.
He got canned.
What's that?
He got canned.
Who's at camp?
No, he got canned.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I know a lot of people in Florida, but I don't know a lawyer.
Oh, it's working. Oh, you're at work. He's at work. You know a lot of people in Florida, but you don't know a lawyer.
Right.
Yeah.
Real estate agents and you know what I mean. What are them other people? Yeah. Charter people who take you fishing. Sell your house. Take you fishing. No lawyers though. They
canned the one with Isabella a few days ago. That's so annoying. Oh, I know, because you did that stream of the live speech. That's what got you canned, buddy. Bummer. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. That's so exhausting to get. All the censoring is so annoying. It's just so annoying. But at least we have this. This always makes people. It was the music. Oh yeah, they you know what? They
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I try to play the piano and I'm a total copycat. It's not like I compose my own music. So they struck out my stuff. They're like, the number one struck out song I found out is Hotel California. You start off with that little riff. They're like, you can't. Where you can get around that stuff, though? There's a really cool website called, it's not a website, it's a Facebook group. It's called Socially Distance Fest. And it's a really cool, it used to be cool. It's kind of annoying now. It's very, very political. It's always some weird stuff. But you could play live music. You can't upload anything recorded. So when you go to that website, let me show you it. It's really cool. Always use independent artists. Yes. Let me show you. Actually, I'm going to wait till I don't want to show anybody's. The other day, I thought I was in stand-ups group and I was sharing it and I was so relieved I wasn't sharing it. But I want to show you guys this group because you can see how it's political too. Right now it's Pride Month. So everybody wants you to put a Pride banner up, right?
No, thank you.
But, yeah, exactly. So I'm not in it or what? I'm in it here. Okay. Sorry about that, buddy. So socially distance fest, and then you just scroll on down. Typically, so she was live 22 hours ago. She's not live anymore. Okay, so it's all the freaks are out. The freaks are on the page today. No, she's not a freak. She's beautiful. Is that a she? I just don't know. I'm gonna get in trouble for that. I know. I just think she looks a little bit made up well. But see all these bands on here? These guys are probably pretty cool.
Now we do.
I'm back.
Give her a stool to stand on.
How you know I'm a midget?
Make sure
Oh, she's cool looking. Anyway, that's a fun thing. They used to do a lot of fun things during the worst of the lockdown. There's a guy on here I've been watching. He's blind. He's really good. We bang our pots and pans.
Eureka's having
Bang our pots and pans to ward off evil. Okay.
so hey,
Go, girl.
Eureka is Eureka normalizing July 4th? You guys gonna be able to get out and stuff?
I'm going to South Dakota.
Oh, that's
I'm getting the heck out of this entire state.
husband's probably not into it, huh?
My husband? Oh yeah, he'll probably go down to Old Town, but they say they're not. I shared an article. They said Eureka was not going to celebrate, but they were still going to have fireworks. So I don't know. It's a shame because they usually set up extra vendors. They have the native Hawaiian bread and all the great food usually comes out, but people are afraid. People don't want to
Psychic.
they don't want to go out. I mean, I bet people are getting out, but this is their way of keeping us under their thumb. And people in the Facebook groups are kind of pissed. They're like, don't listen to the government. Just go out and do, they're really starting to just get sick of it. They're really sick of it here, but they don't have any, there's no recourse. There's no, what are they going to do when they're really sick of it? What will they really do? I can't figure it out. I don't know what I know this. Everyone's going out to celebrate a parade on July 3rd. So that's good. That's for the 4th of July parade. They'll do that, but I'm getting out of Dodge, man. I'm getting out of here. I can't stand it. I loathe the 4th of July. I loathe California on the 4th of July. Loathe it. Can't stand it. Chicago on the 4th of July was one of the greatest places to be. Actually, I'll tell you the best place to be for the 4th of July is the 3rd of July in Indiana. Because in Indiana, the regular people have their own fireworks and they put on one heck of a show on any lake out there. My family has houses. Well, there used to be 2 aunties on the same lake, but one of them's on a different one. But there's in Valparaiso, there's Lake Spectacle. And my gosh, the people put on a better show. They told me, you watch, it'll be better than Chicago. They said Chicago's fireworks show ain't all that. And they're right. It's still fun. It's like 20 minutes, but man, I swear when I was a kid, it seemed like it lasts for hours. It probably didn't, but Indiana, that state, fireworks are legal. People can buy mortars and all that stuff. And they do, man. They buy them and they shoot them off. They love it. They have a great time. So
Wisconsin is too.
Is Wisconsin? I don't know. Wisconsin's kind of, a police state. They're not. It's a mix. But hey, I'm gonna get off this. I better pack because I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm getting out of here. And I'm glad you came on with me because I was really fumbling and What's that?
You're driving.
I'm driving.
I thought you would fly. I thought you would fly.
No, I'm not wearing a face diaper, so I will not be flying for
Make
a
you
long time.
Just sitting there.
What?
My wife went to Illinois.
Yeah.
Just got back Friday.
Oh, cool.
But all the way.
Yeah. Well, I got my mom this one. She just came back too. But I got her this really mesh one that's got like jewels on it.
Oh yeah.
And they wouldn't let her leave here with it because they're Nazi here. But from Chicago, they let her wear it. So it's just people got too much control. They think they have too much control over other people's bodies. And there's a lot of us saying, you don't. No, you don't. And then they try to make us out like we're the jerks. And we know we're not. No, I'm sorry. We're the educated ones that know the laws. We know real science. We know real data. We know real effects. And we know real health. And what the government is putting out for you right now is nothing healthy for you. This isolation stuff is the worst thing that's happened to our country. And I can't even realize how long, because now I realize trying to get us all back together, there's so much friction, so it'll be fine. I know in South Dakota, it'll be great because, it's not everybody that has a problem. Mike came out here for 8 days with his son, Noah, and him and I never got in one disagreement about anything, even though we probably weren't on the same page about every single thing. We could debate all day long, him and I, never get in a friction argument. So I'm going, okay, it's not totally me. It can't just be me. Right. But because I definitely want to work on whatever it is I need to work on to try to help people come together. If there's things, and I have told those people that wanted their privacy, hey, sorry, I'm that's new one for me. I don't know privacy much, but you guys can do what you can do, and I'll get to working with the active group. But there's no active group, so there's But anyway, I'm gonna get going and get to work. And thank you all for coming in. I really appreciate it. Florida's crazy. They go crazy with everything in Florida.
You be safe, Diana.
I will. We'll be checking in online. We'll have Elaine will do some streams and I'll be doing some streams. I'm not sure if at 10 o'clock tomorrow I'll be in a range where we can just hop on for a quick minute and say where we're at. We'll probably be over in the Reading area by then, I imagine. I want to pick her up at 7 and get on the road and do the majority of the driving. It says it's a 22-hour drive. So I'm hoping to do 12 to 14 hours tomorrow. Get in on the 2nd. What's that?
I want working to have a dynamite weekend.
Oh, yeah. I hope you do too. And thanks for coming on, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Roberto. Bye, Work in Progress. Thank you guys for coming in. Family. I really appreciate you guys. All of you.
Blessings.
Bye.
Bye.